2010 hold. Altså gæld.
Jeg starter kameraet.
Hold da kæft. Nå, går jeg til købe noget 2010.
Godt nok. Jamen, vil du blive velkommen, Asger?
Ja, det kan jeg gøre. Engelsk?
Ja.
Nej. Hi and welcome to Wine Factory. My name is Tobias and next to me is Rasmus.
Thank you, Tobias.
Rasmus Grace.
Yeah, that's such a cool name.
Yes, it is.
Much better than Danish.
Yes. Tobias Lichty, it doesn't really work.
So German.
Yeah.
So German to me. Anyway, today we're not going to talk about German wine, we're going to talk about French wine.
Yes.
More precisely, we're going to talk about Bordeaux.
I think we have talked about a lot of French wine on this blog so far, but
Yeah, we really like French wine though.
we'll get to the other ones.
We cover every area of the world, but
We love everything,
French
everyone. We love
wine. I don't know. It's just so. I mean, if just to say a few words about France as a wine country. I mean, it's so diverse. You can find so many different regions, so many different types of wine.
Yeah.
Go from the north, we have like Champagne, we have Alsace, we have Loire, and all the way to the south where we have like the Rhone Valley, the Provence area, and Roussillon.
and all things in between.
And then in between we have Burgundy and Bordeaux.
Small areas like
So it's just such a diverse wine country, and you cannot just say I like French wine because it's
No.
just everything.
But I think still the reason that some people don't like French wine is that they are often, they have a high structure, they have a lot of acidity, they have a lot of tannin. So it's.
I mean that's typically the common factor for the French wine,
Yeah.
the European old world structure.
Yeah, and it's still quite a cool country as well. It's above California, and it's more cool
Yeah.
climate.
So what we're going to focus on today is Bordeaux, but more precisely it's the right bank of Bordeaux.
And maybe just to clarify that, Bordeaux is separated by the Gironde River, and you have the left bank, which is predominantly Cabernet Sauvignon, and then you have the right bank, which is predominantly Merlot.
Indeed. And today the wine is Chateau Tessier, I guess it's called.
Yeah.
My French is awful. It's from the area called Saint-Emilion, which many of you probably know, one of the most famous regions on the right bank together with Pomerol.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is 2010, so it's very, very young.
Yeah.
But 2010 was just an extraordinary year.
It's a hyped year. Yeah.
I mean, 09 and 10, great vintages, and the prices just skyrocketed. I mean,
Again.
Again.
And it's also a Grand Cru from Saint-Emilion. And again, like 2005, a lot of people are talking about that as being like the vintage of the century. But 2010, it looks like they have done it again. It's like
you said it with 2000, 2003 was not as good as 2000, but 2000 was hyped.
Yeah.
It's a good vintage.
Yeah.
2005 was just, this is the best, and now we have 2010, and again people are like, this is probably the best.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, it's all about how they develop.
Yeah, and it's almost ridiculous that coming right after 2009, which was like a huge year still, and everybody said buy, and keep, save. And then 2010 came and they said, oh my god, you have to buy again.
We already filled ourselves.
Exactly.
How are we going to buy more? But anyway, this wine is made from Merlot, as we talked about, right bank, with a bit of Cab Franc. It doesn't say the percentages, but it's Merlot Cab Franc, which is very typical for the right bank. It's matured for 12 months on French oak. So very traditional Saint-Emilion
Very traditional
wine.
And of course, as most Bordeaux, it's not one grape, but it's a mixture, it's a blend of several different grapes. You could also use Petit Verdot and many other grapes. So.
Yes.
Should we taste?
We have decanted it for just a very, very short time, but at least it got the decanting.
Yes.
Pour it in the decanter.
Exactly, and that's we would recommend, of course, you do with any young Bordeaux and almost any young wine. It opens up the flavor and the scent, the nose, and it also softens some of those young, perhaps a bit harsh tannins. So it's good in many ways to decant.
And in Denmark, this wine is priced 40 euros.
Yeah.
So it's an expensive wine. It's
Yeah.
not what everybody goes out and buy every day.
No,
but it's also Bordeaux. It's 2010. It's great vintage, so it just costs money.
Yeah.
So let's see about the quality if it follows the price.
Exactly. Yeah. And as you would expect, the nose is quite close. Right now the bouquet is quite limited, but still you get like an intense blueberry scent. A bit of oak, but not really that much. It smells polished, but it's not big.
No, the nose is very shy, if you could say so.
Yeah.
But the first thing that came to my mind was fresh grounded coffee. And then you came in with the blueberries. Indeed, I found a lot of blueberry as well in this wine.
Yeah. Certainly a lot of mocha.
But it's just very, very shy. It's close. Still needs like 10 years in your cellar or long time on decanter.
And certainly, as a 2010 is not only a great vintage, but it's also a vintage that you recommend to keep in your cellar, to save and to really store for a long time. So it's really like just to test it now, whether or not we can see anything.
But it's very delicious nose as well. Whenever when you just punch air into it and just get a hint of flavor, it's just very, very delicious. You said it polished, very delicious factor.
Yeah. Should we taste?
Let's give
Even
it a
though
try.
I'm a bit scared to taste it because I know I'm going to be sucker punched in the mouth with tannins, but
I should say tannins all over. Really, really. Let's start with the finish because that's what I have in my mouth right now. Tannins, but also the blueberry. The fruits are coming.
yeah. I think you
Quite
could say
long,
that it's a high quality fruit. It's intense but yet elegant. It's but you don't get those like many different flavors. It's quite simple actually.
Yeah, it's not the most complex Bordeaux I ever had, but it's just delivers this delicious.
Yeah.
And I mean, nice fruit, very delicious fruit.
Brilliant fruit.
With this very young Bordeaux secondary notes, like we talked about the mocha, we have a little bit of oakiness as well.
Yeah.
But just very refined, very well polished wine. And I see a big potential for this wine.
Huge, yeah.
But again,
this is tasting potential. How do we expect this wine to act in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? And due to the level of tannin, the level of quality of fruit, the level of acidity, and all those things, tell me now that this wine is going to be a great experience in 10 years from now.
I guess so. Yeah, just whenever you get it in your mouth, you have very like almost aggressive fruit because it's
very much so.
It's so young still, and we have the
intense.
tannins. They work together, but they need to. They are both of them, but they actually need to work together because right now they're just too young.
Yeah.
To really enjoy for the full experience of this wine.
As Rasmus said, 40 euros. If you were to buy them now, I would definitely recommend to keep it, to save it for a rainy day in 10 years from now, because to drink it right now would be a shame.
I think so, yeah.
But I see a lot of
But
potential.
let's score this wine. I think even though it tastes like it does now, it's still very delicious, and I really appreciate this glass as well.
Yeah.
So I'm around 90 points, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And this is really also important that you know this, that we score wines as they act now, as they behave now. So perhaps in 10 years we will give this wine a 95.
We don't know. We'll see in 10 years.
Exactly. But right now it's 90. Yeah, 90. I think we should keep it.
I think a straight 90.
Yeah.
Because it's a good wine, but just a good wine.
Yeah.
It's not extraordinary yet.
So if you need wine to drink right now, I wouldn't recommend it to buy it. But if you need wine to keep for a decade.
Buy potential in this
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
So yeah, let's stick to that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Very good episode, guys.
Thank you, Morten.